Hey Capricorn, welcome to your weekly forecast for March 21st through the 27th. This is for Capricorn Sun, Moon, and Rising. You might find the video after the time frame I mentioned, and that's just fine. You're going to find it whenever you're meant to find it, whenever it's time for you to hear the messages. Keep in mind that this is a general reading for the collective. Not every single message will resonate, so take what does and leave what doesn't. Without further ado, my dears and my darlings, first card coming up for Capricorn is the Eight of Swords. Who else got this? I can't remember if it was Aries or Aquarius. I don't know if maybe you might be feeling stuck or trapped in a situation with Aries, and Aries may be feeling the same way, because if I'm not mistaken, they also got Eight of Swords as their first card. I'm almost positive it was Aries. Somebody else also got Eight of Swords, but it was not their first card. Some of you have already heard me talk about the Eight of Swords in the past, where we feel stuck in a situation and we're longing for somebody to kind of come in and take us by the hand and pull us out of it. And I've always said it's kind of dangerous energy to be in, because energy attracts energy and like attracts like. So when we are in that moment of like feeling defeated and feeling like we need somebody to come in and help, will oftentimes attract somebody who is the same exact way. It doesn't have to be romantic. It could be a business partner. It could be a friend. It doesn't have to be romantic. But this person stepping in may feel just as lost as you feel. And then you guys start butting heads, because it's like both of you are looking at the other person. How come I always have to figure everything out? And you're like, what? You figure everything out? I always have to figure everything out. And so there could be a lot of pointing fingers and blaming and arguing and bickering. That's the best case scenario if we're trying to pull people in while we're in Eight of Swords energy. Worst case scenario is we'll attract somebody who's being a bit of an opportunist, who's trying to take advantage of our situation, right? They might see us as somebody that is so desperate in our situation that we're going to give them whatever they ask for if we think that they're going to be able to guide us or to direct us or help us out. So they might think we're going to hand over all our money. They might think that we're going to, go to bed with them or give them power over our life, whatever it might be. This person may be coming in as an opportunist. So Eight of Swords comes up to say the situation's not as bad as you think, and you're not as stuck or as trapped as you think. And until you can disconnect from the current circle of people or the current situation, you're going to have the same kind of people coming in. Now, I want to say something, Capricorn. I feel like some of you may be unhappy with a specific person that you've been dealing with. Maybe this is an employee. And of yours. It could be a romantic partner, it could be a business partner, it could be a friend. Maybe you're not happy with this person and what they're bringing to the table, but you also feel like you need them in some ways. They're showing up, they're in some ways convenient, and you don't want to let them go until you find a replacement. And you might be searching for a replacement among their friends or among their family. It sounds kind of cold, and I know not all of you are doing this, but some of you might be doing this. Some of you might think, oh, well, maybe I'll, meet some of this person's friends, and maybe I'll end up working with them instead, or maybe I'll end up dating their, one of the friends instead or something. Or maybe I'll just keep hanging out at the same old places and I'll meet somebody new. And Spirit is saying, until you get out of this circle, until you disconnect from the same old people, places, and things, you're going to end up in the same exact situations with the same type of people. It's time for a change of scenery. It's time for a change of pace. And it's time to allow yourself to step outside of your comfort zone. And Spirit is giving me a feeling, in a sense, Capricorn, that a lot of you are aiming really low. I know that Capricorn has had a really tough decade. For some of you, more than a decade. I know. I know it's been hard for Capricorn. And my sympathies, my compassion, I understand. But I feel some of you have been left so disappointed and so disheartened and so broken by those hard years that a lot of you have lost your confidence. And a lot of you have just kind of taught yourself not to hope for anything or not to reach for anything. And you may be in situations now where you're reaching for very low tier, low shelf kind of stuff because you're playing it safe, or because you're not having enough faith in yourself, or you're not seeing your worth right now. So, in terms of work situations, some of you may be playing it super safe and applying to jobs that are beneath you. Some of you in your love life or in your friendships, you're hanging out with people that are not very high vibrational people or aren't very desirable to be around. And some of you are doing it because you think if you do, you're going to have more respect or you're going to be more appreciated. Like, this person will see I'm a catch and they'll treat me better. But it often isn't that case at all. What happens is they're like, holy moly, right? I'm lucky here. Capricorn, I know Capricorn is valuable. I know Capricorn is a big deal, but Capricorn's hanging around with me. So Capricorn knows they're not a big deal. Ooh, I'm getting a discount. I can't let Capricorn know I know Capricorn's a big deal. Because then, they're going to walk off. They're going to go off to something else. So instead of treating you with appreciation, they treat you rough. Maybe even a little bit abusive. Because they're trying to hold on to you. They want to keep you in that discouraged energy. They don't want you to know your worth. So for a lot of you, you need to step outside of this dynamic so that something better can come in. As long as you're in this dynamic or this environment or this atmosphere, it's going to be very difficult to manifest anything better. You got to get out of this energy first, because there are people or situations, in your instance, Capricorn, that are trying to keep you discouraged. Pay attention if you see somebody's name or somebody's phone number pop up on your phone and you cringe or you feel sad or you get depressed, or this person pops up in your mind and you feel queasy or nauseous. These are the people that are getting in your head and holding you down. Give yourself permission to walk away and disconnect. Okay? And start doing things that are interesting to you or that you're curious about. And little by little, you're going to pick up new people. You're going to meet new people. You're going to come across new opportunities. You're going to come across higher vibrational people. Okay? Your next card coming up here for Capricorn is the Five of Pentacles. Now, that's where it gets scary, right? Five of Pentacles, we feel like we're wandering through the world by ourselves. And this can be very scary when we're when we're in this stage of our journey. A lot of you Capricorns are waking up. You're waking up, you're seeing the truth. And you're realizing that a lot of people around you have really icky energy. And you've been hoping that maybe one of them would come around and you guys could be on this journey together, but it's not happening. They're not waking up. And we can't force them to wake up. There's no way to wake somebody up if they don't want to wake up or if they're not ready in a spiritual sense, obviously. We can't wake up somebody spiritually if they don't want to or if they're not ready. And so you feel like, here I go, like that White Snake song. I think it's White Snake. Here I go again on my own. Like a drifter, I was born to walk alone. You're not born to walk alone. I promise you this. Even Five of Pentacles promises you this. But initially, you're going out on your own. And some of you may have heard me refer to the Five of Pentacles as the Wizard of Oz card. You know, Dorothy's lost. She's trying to find her way. And on this journey, she finds a very unlikely, very eclectic group of individuals that become like a soul family to her. And they're all able to help each other with their different strengths. And they're able to balance each other out, and they're able to encourage one another. And the Five of Pentacles is saying basically, once we go out there, once we go out into the unknown, we find our true blue friends. We find the people who are in our life for the right reasons. Some of you feel like you're just on the very, 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 very tip of big success. Some of you have this feeling, and you've felt since you were a child, that when you were an adult, you were going to be doing something where you would have a lot of money, like a lot of money, right? And I don't know why, but Spirit is showing me in my mind right now Scrooge McDuck swimming in the big old treasure room, like in the big old treasure room of coins where he'd go swimming in his gold. Maybe some of you saw that as a kid and you were like, that's going to be me. That's going to be me. I'm going to have all that money, right? And maybe some of you have felt that, like, or you feel it in your soul, like you just feel like you're meant to be wealthy and that you're going to do good things with this wealth, or you're just meant to have this wealth. And you feel like you're close, but it's like you're just not breaking through that ceiling just yet. You're not breaking through that wall just yet, but you feel like you're right on the tip of it. And you can't figure out, like, why can't I just break through to that next level or to that next zero, right? And so Spirit is saying, for some of you, you need to clear your life before this can happen. There are too many people around you that are in your life for the wrong reasons. And you have to disconnect from this energy. And then the people who are in your life for the right reasons, right, they deserve to be receiving of this blessing. But right now, a lot of you Capricorns are surrounded by people who are not respecting you and not appreciating you. And they do not deserve any piece of whatever pie is coming in for Capricorn. And so you're being told to have courage and to step out on this journey. Sometimes we don't want to let go of something until we have the next thing lined up. But in this situation, we've got to let go so something better can come in. Now, if you're working a job that's really low vibrational, I would not encourage you to quit before you find another job if you don't have a situation where somebody can cover you for a while or support you for a while. If you're totally on your own, or you've got people depending on you financially, it might not be a very good idea to walk in and just say, I quit, because it's a toxic environment and I have to find something else. And I'm not going to find it till I let go of this. That's not what I mean. Okay? But in like personal situations, if you are in a situation with friendships or a romantic relationship, you got to get out of it. Or if, like, those of you who are in it in a work situation, you have to get out of it emotionally and mentally so that you can get out of it physically. So you have to disconnect from it. You have to stop looking for approval from your coworkers or from your boss. You have to stop taking what they're doing personally. You have to remind yourself this is a low vibrational place with low vibrational people, and they're not going to see my value. But that doesn't mean that I don't have value. So some of you have to disconnect it and leave it in your heart. You got to disconnect your heart and your mind from it. And once you do, you're going to manifest that higher vibrational work situation much more quickly. Or if you're unemployed, you got to disconnect from whatever negative experience you had in your last job so that you're manifesting a new job. Okay? The next card that's coming up here for Capricorn is the Queen of Pentacles, We were just talking about money and how some of you felt like you always felt like you were meant to have money from the time that you were young. And Queen of Pentacles, you guys have heard me say in my readings, can come up a lot of the times to give us reassurance that we're going to have success, that money's going to be coming in. Specifically, I do see her come in a lot of the times when she's giving us reassurance around property, land, living situation, that you are going to be able to upgrade your living situation, or you are going to be able to have a beautiful, comfortable home. This is something that is going to happen for you. She also comes in with the message that physical self-care is crucial right now. People always ask me, well, how can I ground myself, or how can I raise my vibration, right? Raising your vibration has a lot to do with releasing and healing, but we don't always know how to release and heal. So grounding ourselves helps us to release and heal, and we don't always know how to ground ourselves. We find ourselves in this catch-22. If we can follow the advice of the Queen of Pentacles, we will do both grounding and releasing quite automatically. And this is by being present in your physical body, listening to your physical body, and taking care of your physical needs. Getting good quality sleep. Making sure that you are eating and that you're eating real food. Not processed stuff that's out of a can or out of a box, or something that has no expiration date. It's a mystery manufactured food that will last for years and years and years. And I'm not saying you should never eat those things. I'm not saying never have those things. But these should not be the main source of your diet. And so, like, make sure you're getting natural foods. Make sure you're getting foods that have vitamins and nutrients in them and that are fueling your body. You can't pour orange juice in a car, in the gas tank, and expect the car to work. You got to give the car what it needs. You have to give your body what it needs if you want to be able to focus and think clearly and run effectively and efficiently and have energy. You have to give your body what it needs. And there is a very popular belief that the colors of the vegetables that you eat, or fruits also, not just vegetables, but fruits and vegetables, correspond with the chakras. Now, this is not something I can prove to you scientifically, but I have known a lot of people who do this, who practice this, and they swear by it. And I've done it myself, and I feel like it helps. I don't know if it's a placebo effect, but it helps. But there's a belief that when you eat fruits and vegetables that are the color of that particular chakra, you're strengthening that chakra. You're clearing it, you're removing blockages from it, you're energizing it, you're charging it. So, for example, greens would be for the heart, violets and purples would be for the crown chakra, or the third eye, I guess, depending on how deep of a purple it is or how deep of a blue it is, because they're kind of similar. Yellow fruits and vegetables would be for your sacral chakra. I'm sorry, solar plexus. Orange would be for sacral chakra. Yellow would be for solar plexus. Blue for the throat. No, what did I say? I'm all over the place. Yeah. Violet and indigo for crown chakra and third eye. Blue for the throat. Green for the heart. Yellow for the solar plexus. Orange for the sacral chakra. And red for the root chakra. Okay. So this is something you might want to try or incorporate. Maybe you might have luck with it. Maybe you might feel it helps. Maybe not. But I promise you that if you are putting real food in your body, you will see positive effects in your focus, your energy, your mood. Okay. Making sure that you're creating a sense of sanctuary in your home environment. Clear away clutter. Get rid of gifts and presents and things that were given to you by toxic people. Maybe some of this stuff came to you by way of like family heirlooms, and you might not be able to get rid of family heirlooms. I understand that. Or like family photos, right? These are things that even though maybe they make us sad, or the people that are connected to them are toxic, we might not be in a position where we feel right getting rid of those things. And I could understand that. I wouldn't feel right about it. I would feel weird getting rid of things that were passed down through my family or family photos. I wouldn't feel right getting rid of anything like that. But you can box it up so that it's protected. Like it's like secure packaging, so rodents and things aren't going to get to it. And you can put it in storage somewhere. You can put it away somewhere where you don't have to see it. If it's like gifts or presents from like a toxic ex, honey, get rid of it. I don't care if it's expensive. If it's expensive, sell it. Make some money. Transmute it into something else. But don't hold on to things that are giving you sad memories or making you sad or making you remember someone who treated you poorly. Give yourself permission to get rid of those things. Queen of Pentacles is also, as I said, creating a sense of sanctuary. Treat yourself in your home how you would treat a guest in your home. Prepare meals for yourself and present them for yourself in a pretty way, in a nice way. Make sure that you're comfortable the way you would make sure a guest was comfortable. Give yourself that kind of treatment. This is going to help with your grounding, being in your body, being present, feeling worthy, feeling deserving, feeling beautiful even, and opening up to receive. Feeling like you matter, you're a person, you're a good person. So be in your physical body. Your next card coming up here is the Judgment card, and this is a major arcana card, and this can indicate that some of you are having to make some big decisions here. Okay, or you're feeling called to do something. If you're feeling called to do something, this is the time to do it. Maybe I think this has come up for Capricorn in the past. It's coming up again. Maybe some of you have had this idea that you've been pitching an idea and nobody's been picking it up, and so it's like, well, then just do it yourself. Put it together and have it on a website. Have it on YouTube. Have it on, Venmo or something. Maybe you have like a little teaser, and then people can purchase, full chapters or full episodes or whatever it might be. If this has been floating around in your head for a while, do it. You're being called to do this, especially those of you that this is something with a message. But I feel with the Judgment card coming up for Capricorn, you're being asked to take action. Not only to make a decision, not only to decide to do something, but to take action. To take the steps you're being guided to take. Your next card here, my dears, is the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords for me comes up when people are like emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, you've been through the ringer. You've absolutely positively been through the ringer. And so the Four of Swords comes up to say that we need to recuperate. We need to recover. This is not the time to push ourselves super hard. This is not the time to be in the hustle and grind energy. Whatever you're doing it, do it in a way where you are being gentle with yourself. Do it in a way in which you are being gentle with yourself. Four of Swords also says this is the time for rest, recovery, meditation, prayer. For me, the Four of Swords comes up a lot of the times when we would do well to just kind of lay down and rest and connect with music and allow music to help us process our emotions and feelings. Some of you are trying to keep yourself very occupied, very, very busy, too busy. And you're wanting to socialize, and you're wanting to have people over, and you're not wanting to be alone. And Spirit is saying you need some of that space. You need some of that alone time. The thing that you're avoiding, which is the feelings coming to the surface, is the very thing that needs to happen. A lot of people say, when is this going to be over? When am I going to be done? When am I going to heal? When am I going to not have to deal with this stuff anymore? I'm so sick of it. And the Four of Swords is saying, this is how it's going to happen. This is when it's going to be done. If you allow it to come to the surface and you rest and you allow yourself to process the experiences that you've had until now. And you pray and you meditate and you make your spiritual connection. And then it's out of your system. It's healed. It's gone. It's done. So this is a time of great change. This is a time of raising your vibration, raising your frequency, and calling better people, places, things, and opportunities into your life. And it's up to you to decide when you're ready to have that process or when you're ready to have that release. That is up to you. If it's making you miserable, don't do it anymore. If someone is making you miserable, you don't need them in your life. If it's not fun anymore, it's okay to leave a situation and to find better. You're not obligated to do anything that's bringing you misery. You may want to check out your moon sign and rising sign. Some weeks those might resonate more for you than your sun sign. You might need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you go to calendly.com/amethystangelite, you can schedule a private reading with me there. There is a link in the description of the video. There's also a link in the description of the video for the love readings. And don't forget the card of the day as well. I've been doing daily messages that a lot of people have found helpful. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Hopefully I'll see you in the comments of the daily messages as well. Thank you for watching, my dears. I'm wishing you all a wonderful week. Take care and be well, Capricorn.